So I had no time to film this review while I was home right after I watched the episode. I was working on homework, but now I have free time at work, so I'm just filming it quick. This episode was insane. So we get a lot less of character drama, which I didn't have a problem with. I know a lot of people did, but I like to see more than just boom boom. I like to see characters develop, the relationships develop, so we actually care about those characters rather than just seeing stuff go boom. But now we finally got to see some stuff go boom, and it was awesome. So the opening of this episode started with Halsey and Keys finding John at the Reach for Life Foundation, and that was a pretty cool scene. The de-aging tech, it's not great, but it's a TV show, small scenes, no big issue. They look good enough. What I am confused, I am wondering how old Halsey is in this series, because she doesn't look much older than she does in the flashbacks, which are presumably like 30 years apart, 20, 30 years apart, and she looks like she's barely aged, just cut her hair. But whatever, that's not an issue at all. I don't have a problem with that. Just nitpick. But this episode is so good. It's the shortest out of all of them. We get a lot of cool scenes on Aridness 2. There was a bunch of cool tension building. The music was really good during this episode. All the music playing, building up the tension to the artifact finally breaking out. And then when it does, the artifact sends out like a signal or something, like a distress signal or something. I don't know exactly, but it deafens basically everybody except the Spartans and a few others that are in their ships. And that was really cool. And then after that sends it out. The only issue that I had with this episode is when Maki is on Madrigal and she touches where the artifact was and then can just sense it. I think that's kind of dumb, but that's really the only issue I had. I don't mind that they're changing up reclaimers, but some of the things they're doing I don't personally like very much, but not a big issue. And then yeah, Covenant invade, and the last like 15 minutes of this episode is just full-on Covenant human war, and it was awesome. We got Chief taking down a Banshee just like he does in the games, and then final minutes, a brute comes down from a spirit with a gravity hammer and just smacks the shit out of Chief and takes the second artifact. And I really hope we get to see Chief in a brute fight. If that's like Atriox or something, that would be awesome. But yeah, that was really cool. And I'm just excited to see the Halo ring. I really hope that we get there before the end of the season. But if we don't, that's fine. As long as in like the second season, maybe they return like more to form on like how the games are, where it's more like we just get to this mysterious ring, and I mean, I guess we know it's a weapon now, but we just try and explore and figure it out. I want something more like that, but it's fine, it's whatever. We still got the games. Yeah, this episode really good. We finally got to see Jackals and Grunts, and they were sweet. Chief just beats the ever-living shit out of this one elite, which was so cool. He was just covered in blood. And Kai ends up getting like shell shock, I think is the term I should say. She just freezes up because of that pellet. She just can't like stand to see the war anymore or whatever, which is interesting, and I can't wait to see what they do with her character because I'm really liking her. I still don't care too much about Quan. I really liked her character in the first episode, and I was interested to see where their story was going to go. But now that she's separated from Chief and is just on her own story, I don't really care about Madrigal. I mean, her dad's already dead, and she didn't even like the planet to begin with, so I don't really care anymore. And she's just kind of annoying now, but that's whatever. I hope they fix some of her. I've almost completely forgot about Quan's story. That's why I said that the Blessed One thing was my only issue with the episode. It's not. This is my second biggest issue with the episode. But yeah, I'm not really liking her story so far. Soren is really cool. I like him a lot, but I don't care for Quan at all anymore. I liked her in the first episode, and that was it. This episode was pretty damn good. The action scenes were great. Chief had his helmet on a lot. And that one scene where he's just staring at the artifact, not saying anything, conveyed a lot of emotion. And I wish he had his helmet on more. But I watched one good video. I think it was by Installation 00. And he said that his theory for why Chief has his helmet off is because when he has his helmet on, it takes more control of his body, and it makes him like more robotic and have less feeling. So he wants to have the helmet off and feel more human, which if they explain that in the show, I wouldn't have an issue with it, but they don't. So I'm still kind of mixed on it, but whatever. I wish we had more of an explanation, but it's fine. So that's really it. That's my opinions on this episode. I had a lot to talk about because this episode was really good, and it was the shortest, which surprises me. But that's it. So I will see you guys next Thursday for Halo Episode 6. Peace out.